Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangout. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is Pedro.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That is right. This is the show we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. We are hanging out in the Discord chat room if you guys want to join in on the show and chime in. We are hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. You can go to it by using the link discord.gg/Adafruit. I want to take a moment to welcome everybody to the show in the Discord chat room. We have Certainly Bruce, Mr. Certainly. How you doing? Do Wester is hanging out as well. And that's who's in the chat room. We're hanging out with Pedro here. Oh, I think I see Charles as well. Charles Burnford might have been there.
Also
Hello,
on
everybody.
the YouTube chat as well as Twitch and on Facebook as well. Good morning to everybody hanging out. Thank you all for joining.
Yay! We're going to start the show off. We're going to do some housekeeping. Try to pay some bills here. If you want to support Adafruit, why not pick up an Adafruit gift certificate? You can pick these up. There's no shipping involved because it's a gift certificate. So if you head over to the website, adafruit.com/category/14, or just search for gift certificates, you have different ones, different tiers, different prices. Oh, look, the logistics services are also here too for fighting COVID, which we'll get to in the next one. Bam! Adafruit is deemed an essential service in the New York City area. So if you'd like to order some stuff that has to do with COVID, you can use the email covid19@adafruit.com. Orders are shipping. There are some priorities for folks, but you can order now and it eventually will ship. We can say that now. Woo! Fight COVID-19. Okay. AdaBox is also starting to pick up again. We are sorting out all the different logistic things. So it is definitely still happening. Okay, so we got that.
Don't forget, you guys also get a lot of the Adafruit parts over at DigiKey. Many thanks for them supporting us and being able to ship out a lot of these products.
That's right. There is a buy on DigiKey button on most of the products on the Adafruit shop. So if you want to get your stuff earlier, you can use this very nice, easy to click on button. And that'll take you directly to the DigiKey website and the product page, which I just did here. Sweet. Man, they carry like just about everything. Very cool. Okay. We have a hack chat going on in a couple of hours. It's a Hackaday.io event. So here's a link to it. Put it in the Discord chat room. I'm sure you guys can get to it, but just as a reminder, this is happening at 3 p.m. Eastern Time or 12 p.m. Pacific Time. It is going to be live streamed on all the channels that we have, and it'll be a live discussion in the hack chat.
So if you have any questions or you have any suggestions, definitely join in the hack chat or go on the Discord that'll be streamed as well. This will be an interesting topic of the ESP32S2 with Lamar and Scott Shawcroft. So definitely worth tuning in for that. And of course, it'll be posted again as a YouTube, so you can catch the replay of that.
Yeah, so it's happening today at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So check it out. Okay. I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, digital
Newsletters?
shout outs to everybody in the chat rooms. We got Ninja, Grasshopper, Asking if it's a live stream here too. Yes, it will be rebroadcasted on YouTube, on Periscope, Twitter, and all the other places like Twitch, Facebook. LinkedIn, yeah. Keep forgetting about that one.
Yeah, but it's there.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's project. Very timely and on the theme of everybody staying home, playing a lot of video games for, as Lamar says, for research and development.
Sure.
With the release of Final Fantasy VII, everybody has been picking up PS4. And to our surprise, the controller is a very nice universal Bluetooth controller that works on a lot of systems like computers.
Yay. Yeah, so this project idea was from Lamar, Lady 80 herself. She wanted to strap a 7-inch HDMI display to her PS4 controller. So she asked if we could redo our project from a couple years ago. We made one for the Xbox a couple years ago. So she's like, could you make one for the PlayStation 4 controller gamepad? I said, yes, of course. I had to pick one of these up. These are really nice. They connect over Bluetooth to a Mac, a PC, a mobile phone. So it's, as a kind of a universal gamepad, this is really cool. It's got a lot of ergonomic. There's no flat surfaces anywhere except for this thing. So coming up with the clamp was a little bit of a challenge. It's got this interesting shape. So we ended up going with a tripod screw mount, and it's GoPro knuckle compatible. So we're using the M5 screw and hex nut to allow us to change up the viewing angle. So the clamp itself has little bits here to kind of keep it away from the mouse pad. I'm going to call it the touch pad. And the way the clamp works is it just flexes open. It's printed in PLA. You could use PETG if you want. And it clamps over like that, so it flexes open slightly. There is a little knob here. It's going to be hard to show that, but there's a little nub on the inside of the clamp that actually goes inside of this EXT port. Maybe that stands for extension. So that clamps in there like that. As you pinch it, you can then add this screw to clamp it to secure it in place. Yeah, so once you have it on, just line up those two tabs, put the screw through, and then we can put the hex nut there. This is an M3 screw. So once that's in there, you just put this over that. This is a lock nut, so it has that nylon insert. That way it won't come undone. I'm just going to finger tighten it like that. And now we have our clamp. So that nub that is going inside of the EXT port, that actually keeps this in place. So without that, it would kind of flop over. So this keeps it nice and snug. So one of the challenging bits was to make the mount go over and not touch the touchpad because it would hold it down. So you need to be able to click it. And I also put a hole here for the menu button. Now there are some things that we can do that folks can do too to kind of make this more robust, I guess. There's a micro USB port right here behind this area. I should have put a hole there, but I didn't put a hole there. So maybe I'll do a layer by layer on putting a hole there so you can recharge the battery. But it's pretty simple to take, to unscrew this and take it off and recharge the battery. The battery lasts about 7 to 8 hours on a full charge. Let's see, what else? Yeah, so this is the display. The 7-inch display. Most displays will have a little tripod thing, whether it's built into it or has an external piece of it, which is really nice because it's so easy to attach it to anything with a tripod. The thing about this monitor is it has built-in speakers and it has all these ports. So VGA, S-Video, and even an audio jack, and I guess USB. You can stick like a thumbstick and view photos. We haven't tried that yet, but
yeah,
it's got a lot of features to it.
The idea behind this one was to have it work with your Raspberry Pi, one of the older ones, since this is quite
video
old product on there. And it was when the Raspberry Pi still had the S-Video out.
Right, so I think if you have retro gear that has S-Video out and you're looking for a little monitor, this is a good idea. So this,
Which is actually an important thing. As we noticed when we moved into the house, it came with a bunch of TVs and none of them had any of the S-Video ports anymore. It was all just HDMI.
Yeah. So we actually carry these tripod screws with a D-ring, and that way we can tighten this up using the little ring without having to like get a screwdriver. I also have a little recess in there so that like holds, when it flips over, it kind of holds that there. So once you have that nice and tight, then you can adjust this to your liking. I forgot to mention that I printed a little washer out of NinjaFlex that's right here, and that just gives it a better grip here, so it's not flopping around. So as far as sturdy ability, you're not going to be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that because there's no. Does it have an accelerometer? I don't know. But anyway, I played it for maybe a few hours, maybe 2 hours, and sure, the weight can kind of get there, but it surprisingly this I think is heavier than the display because the display doesn't have a battery. You're gonna use the 12-volt power here, and then your HDMI connects to whatever you want. I had it plugged into my MacBook Pro, but you could easily connect it to your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever else you want to play with. I have this guy here, which is your phone mount thing. Same thing. It has the tripod screw here. And then what I like about this one is that it also has this little knob here, so you can actually rotate this and kind of have it vertical or horizontal, however your gaming style is. And again, this is for mobile phones. It's called Jellyfish, Square Jellyfish. Normally these type of mounts for phones don't allow you to do this. They don't have that extra like bit, so I really like this one. This is the only one we have, so I think it works well. So yeah, it's got a couple of different mounting options. Yeah, so that's how that works. Right, so if we take a look at the Learn Guide, we can kind of get a look at the assembly, even though I assembled it already. Here's some hardware bits that you need. The GoPro screws are really just M5 screws. So if you have a long 20 millimeter, preferably long screw, you can use that as a stand-in for your GoPro bolt, I think is what they call it. But you can also get some that are like aluminum and nice and machined and stuff, so that's cool. We do carry that D-ring, like we said. Out of stock right now, but maybe DigiKey stocks it. Yeah, this is one of those things that they probably don't stock it, but you could pick these up from Amazon too if you really need one. Probably get them in a pack. So yeah, those are the hardwares. I have it all listed there. As far as the screens go, we have 2 of them. One that has the speakers and one that doesn't have the speakers. They're both 7-inch displays. And the resolution, it's not 4K or anything, it's 1280 by 800, but that's pretty decent for most applications. And it comes with like this this little stand here, which is kind of neat. But yeah, it has the menu. It's, we got it for the Raspberry Pi, and they do sell it on DigiKey Suite, so you can pick it up from DigiKey if you need a monitor that has all of these connectors on it. And here's all the specs for the monitor too, if you need to take a look at that. But that's it. I really like that it has that tripod screw adapter on there. That really makes it easy to attach to anything.
Yeah, Mr. Certainly. Bruce is saying that's really great for a tabletop tripod for Raspberry Pi portable setup. Yeah, man. And people are saying that this is a great display for kids in the back of cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's not battery powered, but we could, I guess.
There are adapters. You can get like the cigarette lighter adapter for that.
True. Okay.
And then over on the YouTube chat, Justin Miller was asking the link for the Jellyfish. I just posted on there in both Discord and YouTube. We finished putting that in the other places, but you can get the Jellyfish tripod adapter there. It does come with a tripod and the mount. The mount is the thing you want if you want to be able to change from portrait to landscape.
Yeah, that is such a handy piece. And
I haven't seen any other tripods do that.
Yeah, I haven't seen other display do that.
Definitely worth it. And since I'm already here on the site, I'm gonna order another one since
we only have one. Yeah.
We only have one.
How much?
You know how that goes. When you only have one, it tends to somehow break on you.
Right.
Yeah, it's about $8, so definitely a good little investment if you want to attach this to a tripod. Be hands-free.
Right. Cool. Now, I will say that these are You can get something like this on Amazon that is designed to, clamp over a PS4 controller for about like $10. One of the cool things, though, is that this has the tripod screw, and all of the ones that I've seen on Amazon that are particularly for the PS4 controller, they all have this built in. This bit is like built into the whole system. So if I were to redo this project, I would probably buy that just because it's got some crazy shapes to it, right? It's all super, there's no flat surfaces anywhere. And it has a nice kind of frame that goes around the whole thing, and it has this like kind of hinge that clicks in as opposed to a screw. Really, really cool idea. Though I did make this in a day, so not too bad. But I guess the main benefit here is that it's not just tied to this one thing. You can put whatever you want. And I think in some applications, maybe you want to put something that's not a display, but something else that helps you maybe capture what you're doing. Maybe a little GoPro or something, just kind of show your hands. I'm not sure, but I think they could be. It's definitely more universal if you have this bit come off, so you can switch out the type of mount bit. So that's cool. So I played a lot of Tomb Raider on my Mac because that's the only game I had. It was a lot of fun. Cool.
And then Mr. Certainly saying shout outs to the slim HDMI cable that we used for this build. He was looking for a slim USB type cable, USB-C type cable for that. And the current one is too heavy for his DJI Osmo mobile gimbal. Yes, we're always running into that problem where the HDMI cables are just so chunky and so long when you sometimes just need a little short one. I think the one I linked was the shorter one, a little slim one.
In Discord?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and slim, not so so much that you need to like coil the whole thing up, and it makes it even bigger because of the coil.
Right. Yeah, and you could also use the ribbon cable one, right? If you were doing something that needs to be embedded.
Yeah. Nice shout out to those as well. You can actually build an even smaller one for a lot of people that do FPV with drones, like using these.
That's right.
You have,
that's what they're kind of
like right angled or 90-degree angled.
Mini, normal.
Mm-hmm. So we have a bunch of those for making DIY, like 3D printable cases that we like doing a lot with the displays. You can customize those and not have it be so chunky just because of the cables.
Cool. Yep, it's a category 1004. Or you can just search for HDMI. Here's the one.
Oh, and then Duester just posted a link to a USB-C to USB-C cable that is nice and small as well.
Nice. It's got that flat look to it.
I like these.
Sweet.
Now, these are in the Discord, so definitely make sure you're on there as well, so you can get all the links and all of the commentary that's going along with this video.
Sweet.
Cool. All right, continuing on to the Learn Guide.
Okay, we'll take a quick walk through the Learn Guide. So all the hardware is listed there. The next page is going to house all of the 3D printing parts. So here are the parts. Nothing needs support material, yay. It's all pretty simple to print. They're all oriented to print as is. The Fusion 360 file is available to download as well. Thingiverse and Prusa have the step files and STL files as well. You could print them all in one go, but I printed them in one piece, or in one at a time. And let me give a quick shout out to GrabCAD user David, who uploaded a 3D model of the DualShock 4 PlayStation controller. Look how well, look at this amazing model. It's not 100% accurate. It's more like 99-ish, 98 point, whatever. It's pretty accurate. I was able to bring it into Fusion 360 and use it as a reference, which was very, very helpful. I did a cross-section so I could see right in the middle of it. I was able to project some edges here and there and make it form around this very curvy shapes. So shout out to David for uploading this really good model of the PlayStation 4 controller. A lot of folks seem to dig it as well. I like using GrabCAD a lot. Thingiverse is great and stuff, but GrabCAD has a lot of models like this that are, you're not really supposed to 3D print this. It's mostly for referencing and more industrial type uses. I also find a lot of 3D model components of electronic components like JST connectors and HDMI connectors. So GrabCAD is really awesome. So if you're into designing some stuff in CAD, definitely make an account, GrabCAD. It's a great little spot. I try to upload my custom design parts there as well, and I have a profile as well that you can check out. So shout out to David again for this really nice model of the PlayStation 4 controller. Head back over to the Learn Guide. Did a little animation to show how the CAD assembly works. Definitely going to reuse this GoPro knuckle and yeah, for future projects because the tolerances are really nice and it works with GoPro compatible mounts. So that's cool. One of the things to avoid, one of the ways to avoid using support material is to take your part and then split it in half or whatever half, so that way you have flat surfaces to where you can print it on flat on a FDM 3D printer. And that's what I did here for this particular part. I split it in two and just glue them together with some super glue. That way I'm avoiding using support material. So these are the two pieces that need to be glued together. Everything else kind of either snap fits or gets bolted together. On to the assembly. You got some?
I'll continue. I'll say it at the end.
Sure. Yep. So this right here will just kind of walk you through assembling it, using a screw to secure the clamp to the knuckle mount. The D-ring gets installed there. There's a little thread in there. It's a 1/4-20 thread in that hole. So you can either tap that or just use the screw to create the thread. I'm using that rubber washer that's printed in NinjaFlex. I'm sure there's rubber washers that are available to get that aren't 3D printed. And there's a little recess for the M5 hex nut in that GoPro knuckle that really helps keep it in place while you are fastening it. And yeah, I don't have any M5 screws. I do, but they're like not 20 millimeters long. That seems to be your standard GoPro bolt size, length rather. So yeah, M5, 20 millimeters long, and just a regular M5 hex nut. Yeah, so it clamps onto the thing, pinch it, and then insert that M3 screw, and then secure it with a lock nut. Yay. And then we can install the display, which we did live. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple to put together. I made another page here just to kind of, here's how you connect. You should always, here's how you pair your device to the gamepad, and on the Mac it's fairly simple. When you're switching between devices, just remember to hit, to use the feature, forget this device. Most mobile devices will have something in their Bluetooth settings that says, forget this device, because you need to pair it to something else. It's pretty cool that it works across a lot of different devices. So your mobile phone, your computer. I haven't tried it with the Xbox because I do have an Xbox One, but I haven't tried syncing it to the Xbox. That'd be kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, and Mark in Discord is saying that this is great for when games like Assassin's Creed has a companion second screen for using your phone. That'd be great for that.
Ooh,
so you have like
that.
a different, like I guess UI on the phone that's being shown.
That's cool.
In addition to what you're playing on the TV.
Sweet. Yeah.
You like see
That's a
your
good point.
inventory or something?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Very cool.
Right, and I did try it with the iPhone just to get that shot right in the video. Like, hey, that's right, I can strap an iPhone to it. And boy, is it fun to play your iPhone games with an actual gamepad. So I had to search real quick, found it real quick here. The list of all the iOS games that have PS4 controller support. There's a lot of them, and it's really fun. It's so much better than touching the screen and having your fingers all over the UI. Gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah, GrabCAD. Yeah, it's a great little spot. That's my secret. That's where I get my secrets from. Cool. Well, I'm glad folks dig it. This is something I normally wouldn't do. I'm not much of a gamer, but man, when Lady Ada tells you, hey, this might be a good idea, you do it. So shout out to Lady Ada for saying, checking all those boxes. Like, it's fun to have a project like this. It was challenging. I was like, man, this isn't going to work because the shape is just too goddamn. It's too curvy. And again, you can buy something like this on Amazon that's designed to like clamp it and has all these exposed ports and things. So again, if I would redo this, I would probably take out their knuckle part and like make my own bit so that I can have that tripod screw adapter. That might be a nice project too.
And a reminder, this is a redo of, oh man, it was like our 4th or 5th project that we did with Adafruit.
Yeah, like
2014,
I want to say.
Yeah.
We did one for the Xbox controller, the Xbox 360 at the time.
Yeah.
Funny story, we didn't even have an Xbox, so like we had Brandy
streaming.
playing and she's just playing a YouTube video. It's like, we're not gamers. It's pretty funny.
All right. Got all the links there for all of the little accessories, and a lot of people in Discord have been posting other accessories and cables and suggestions on how to use this little cool, awesome project. So definitely tune in for that.
Cool. We're going to wrap the show then.
Yeah, we're going to show off the community makes in the Hangouts portion of 3D Hangouts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you guys can join in right after the show. In like 5 minutes, we're going to post the link on the Discord to StreamYard, so you guys can show off. It doesn't have to be 3D printing. It could be any project that you're working on, or a tour of your work space, or something your kids are working on.
I like organizational stuff, like a nice hack for organizing stuff. It's always nice, especially right here, right now, since we're still settling in. We still got a lot of boxes to unbox. Yeah. So let's go ahead and run through the rest of the show, the ender, the closer stuff. So again, Hack Chat is going to happen at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time. Later tonight is the full hour of show and tell. Lots of show and telling. That's today, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And
so if you want to practice your show and tell, here's a good show.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
For 7 p.m. tonight. And then right after that, another full hour of Lamar MPT on Ask an Engineer. Lots of new products coming out. The updates on AdaBox and a bunch of other circuit stuff that they've been working on. So definitely tune in for that.
Yep. Late Ada's been happening at random times, but she's back at it. When they have some time, they normally stream in the evenings. John Park is doing new shows as well. Standard workshop hours is Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesday, John is doing Make Code Live. It's a full hour stream of building a project from scratch using Make Code from Microsoft.
Lots of awesome programming nuggets in there and really cool projects that are upcoming. So definitely tune in for that.
Great for young engineers learning to program as well. Erin St. Blaine is coming out with weekly projects as well. She is in full swing. She goes by Tinker Pixie.
Yes.
And Hot Flash.
Yeah, so a really cool Clue-based project coming up with watering a very cool vertical moss garden. So definitely
and she's doing some back to the basic stuff as well, like your first time soldering a NeoPixel. Those sort of things are always great to have. Really good resource. So shout out to Erin.
Definitely make sure to click on that bell to get notified when new videos come out.
Yep. And don't forget, we have a lot of 3D models of the Adafruit parts on GitHub.
Posted a link to that just now.
Thanks. On GitHub. This is the latest one I did. It's the motor control. It's a motor controller for
upcoming project.
Vibration stuff. Yeah, it's an upcoming project. A collaboration project with Liz.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a sneak peek of that coming up on the Hangouts.
Okay.
Now we tune in for that.
Cool. Well, that's going to be it for the Hangout. Thank you guys for joining us, and we're going to do the show and tell right soon.
So stay tuned.
Yeah.
See you in a little bit.
See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.